Hello everyone, today we are going to look at Caran Supracolor II soft watercolor pencils. They are very beautiful. I bought them open stock. They remind me in the color selection the Pablo pencils and also the Neo Color 2. Some colors are almost the same with the No Color 2. I don't know about the Pablo, but they remind each other very much. And I've bought a pencil with colors that I like. Maybe some of them are too much of the same, but still I like them a lot, and I plan to use them with my Rembrandt Lyra watercolor pencils that I did a video about them before, and I already used them with the Holbein acrylic gouache to do the face. I will show you. So in this painting I did the eyes and the mouth and some of the nose and some of the shadows here, and also the eyes here and everything almost in the face with the Supracolor because it was easier and because they are gentle after I watered them. So yeah, they are very good for details, and also with watercolor or with Neo Color 2 I can do the details with these Supracolor pencils. So now we will swatch them and see how they are. So it's going to be a long video, but it's okay. So this is the white. Now I will wet it down. We cannot really see it, but it's a very nice white. Next we look at the cream color, which is a soft white. And it's very good one. Let's wet it. And again, we cannot see it. They're quite creamy, but they're more transparent than the Neo Color 2. We'll say the name of this one in a minute. So you can use it as a dry media or as a wet media. This color is pale yellow. And you can see how creamy and transparent they are. Next color would be Naples yellow. Very beautiful. Now orange yellow. Move it a little bit up. So orange yellow. Let's wet it. Look how creamy they are. Like the nail color too, they are very easy to wet. They melt really great. Now we look at apricot. This is a very good skin tone, as we can see. Now we look at scarlet. Very good color. And it melts really great, really amazing. Then we look at granite rose. I wanted to show you something. Although I swatched them really hard on the paper, they still don't leave marks on the paper. They melt completely, and it's really amazing. Let's move it a little bit. Next color will be raspberry red, which reminds me, when it's wet, of quinacridone coral of Daniel Smith watercolor. It also reminds me, when it's dry, one of the colors of Caran Luminance, I don't remember its name, which is also very corally. I think it's called maybe anthracinoid pink. And look how soft it is. Really amazing. So it reminds me the undertone of Queen Coral. So soft and beautiful. Next color would be Indian red. I had some water here so you can see it melted. I hope it won't leave marks. We'll see in a minute. Let's see. Wow. Yeah, it's a kind of a cherry red, and you can see the marks here because there was a drop of water on the papers that I didn't see. Now we look at night blue, which is one of the colors that I most like in Caran d'Ache, both in the Nail Color II and the Pablo. Wow, they're so beautiful. Look how deep this color is. They have the light fast rating. I will try to you to see 2 stars. This is indigo blue. So I think that 3 is excellent, 2 is good, and 1 is not very light fast, but I'm not sure about it. And the colors in this range, they're midway light fast, I think. Many of them are light fast, but there are also some in the 2 and 1 place. This color is really different when it's wet and when it's dry. You can see it's more alive and purpley when it's wet, and more indigo like or nightshade like when it's dry. Okay, so next color is bluish gray. Let's see. I thought at the beginning that it will be a cooler blue, but at the end it's also a warm blue like the night blue, but still I like it a lot. You can see how soft it is. They're very close in hue, but this is, I think, softer when it's dry and when it's wet. Next color will be bluish pale. It reminds me ice blue, I think, in maybe in light fast pencils of the Rent. I don't remember exactly, but I think ice blue. It's more like a cerulean blue PB35 in its look than the 36. But they don't say it's a cerulean. Maybe it's not. Maybe it has some white in it. Next color we look at is turquoise blue. And this is my cool blue in this palette. Next color is light green. It reminds me apple green or spring green in other companies. Or May green, more May green maybe. It's not a color I will usually pick, but I think it will be good for highlights in a grass, or I wanted to have a lot of greens for this palette because usually I paint landscapes, and this could be some details in watercolors and so on when I travel. Next color is lime green. Okay. Lime green is also a color I wanted for highlights. You can see it's a very soft lime. Next color is olive yellow. It reminds me a little bit of the Chinese yellow in the No Color 2. Again, for highlights, for example, highlights in trees. Next color is moss green, that I really like in the No Color 2. And I also like in these pencils. And it reminds me also of the moss green in the Rembrandt Lyra water-soluble pencils. Next color is olive. I wasn't sure if to buy the olive green, or this olive, or olive gray. This one I really like. Don't know if I remember to tell you that this line has 120 colors like the Pablos. So yeah, and again we'll see the marks here because it was a bit wet. Okay. Next color we'll look at is green ochre. It's a color I really like in the Faber-Castell Albert Dürer watercolor pencils. The Albert Dürer were the first watercolor pencils I ever bought, and I love them a lot. I will one day do a swatch. I work with them in my studio and not outside, and it took me a very long time to buy all the colors. I bought one set and then expanded the open stock. Next is the golden ochre, which I also like in the No Color 2. Remember, they had the No Color 2, Caran did an autumn palette that I wasn't able to buy, so it's too late. It was a limited edition. And this is the color I liked the most. But then when I bought the full colors, like the 84 colors, the full set, then I add it there and it looks the same. Then the next color would be English red. It's also a color that I like in the No Color 2, and if I remember right, it was in the autumn palette that I couldn't buy. Well, I bought it, but there was a problem with the shipping. So at the end, I was refunded by Amazon with the money and didn't get it. English red is a bit of an burnt orangish color. Mahogany or mahogany brown. It's also a color that I really like. Don't know if you can see, but I have only two browns here, which is not acceptable usually. Usually I like a lot of browns. If you've seen my travel watercolor palette, you could see that half of it is brown. So here I have only two, and the other colors I have are amber, sepia, and blacks. And grays, of course. Because I will use this palette with the Rembrandt Lyra one, I didn't see the urge to buy other browns. Next color would be amber. One moment. The end I will write, of course, the names of the colors and everything. So we'll have complete swatches and of course put photos of them at the end of the video. It's a very good amber, very burnt ambery color. Next is sepia. This sepia really reminds me, when it's wet, the Albert Royer markers, watercolor markers, sepia. It's like the green ochre that reminds me also the green ochre in the Albert Royer, but also on the markers, watercolor markers. Look how dark the sepia and ambers are when they are dry. Actually, the sepia also reminds me Daniel Smith Van Dyke Brown. Next is dark gray, which is another color I really like. I like it a lot when it's dry, but also when it's wet, but I like it the most when it's dry. You will see why. When it's wet, it's less interesting, I think. Next color is grayish black, and another color I really like. Well, I like all the colors, of course, but these are really, really beautiful. I think I would like a dress in this color, or some clothes in this color. Next color is charcoal gray. We'll move it a little bit. It's a soft, warm black. It reminds me a bit of Mars black. It's very soft, and I think it's very good for urban sketching. Next is black. I wanted a strong black here for some of the details. At the beginning I didn't buy it, and then I started drawing with them, and I felt that I needed a black. A real black, I mean. And you can see that this area in the paper was a bit wet. You'll see the marks later, so you can see how black you can get. But in the matter of color, I like more the arbiter black, the charcoal black. So now I will let these swatches get dry, and then I will write the names, and I will photo it and put at the end of the video. So these are all the colors when they are dry. I wrote the name. I will later photo it and put it inside in the video. They are very, very beautiful. I really like them. Oh, I put them on the other side, so one moment. Let's put them like that. Well, I need more space, so one moment. Yeah. So later I will photo them and it will be better. And yeah, I like them a lot. They're very beautiful. I have here 30 colors, and they're the colors that I like. So thank you for watching and have a wonderful time. Bye.